Just want to get ready with your guys' interview now. All right, let's do this. All right, now that we got that first interview out of the way, welcome everyone to the fucking podcast, bro. Yeah, I was about to say. I was about. It's all chill. It's all chill. So we got the Tracies with us right now. Let's see. I don't know where you guys want to start. Do I have to describe you guys? All right. You're just a band of dudes, a band of dudes, bro. A band of dudes, bro. Chill as fuck, chill as fuck. Um, all right. So I want to know where you guys, because you guys are lined up in front of me. I don't know where you guys want to start, like how, and you guys introduce yourself. All right, let's start. Just introduce yourself and say the instrument, just to start it.
My name is Manny. I play bass for the Tracies. It's a good time. I'm gonna pass the mic over.
My name's Dre. My name's Andres. I play guitar.
My name's Daniel. I play guitar.
My name's Abel. I play percussion. Yeah, we'll introduce
Introduce yourself.
Be talking throughout this whole thing. I'm the manager of the Tracies. I'm the manager. Uh, my name is Brandon, and I'm the manager of the Tracies.
What's your nickname? You got a nickname, don't you?
I do have like 7. Prospect. The Bass God. My former name was Young Kobe. Or Rip Kobe. That's a. Gonna fall through with that nickname.
Go ahead, Edgar.
Is it on? Well, my name is Edgar. I am their #1 fan.
Let's go. All right. All y'all
Appreciate all the
introduced. Just a quick reminder for anyone that's watching this live that's going to start joining us soon. You guys can ask questions as well. I'll just stop real quick just to acknowledge them real quick. But now I want to see if I could pick in each and every single one of you at first. So I want to start with, Andy, do you have a mic? Let's see. I want to know the beginnings of y'all. Well, first off, how'd you get into what you're playing now, and how'd you meet the rest of the boys in the Tracies?
Okay. So we're gonna just kind of go down the line, like one at a time. Type deal. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't have any musical roots in my family or anything. To be honest, I don't have any relatives that really were into it. No one got me into it. But I'd always kind of not always actually. There was a certain point, I don't know when, but I liked the bass, and I almost wanted to buy one, but I didn't have a reason to. And then I did, year passed or something, and then I don't know where all these dudes ended up getting an instrument. Well, Daniel had a guitar for a while. Andres, he's played music pretty much as long as I've known him. And then Abel got a freaking drum set, and there was a few other people in the mix, and shout out to them for helping build the momentum. But I ended up getting a bass, and then somehow, we learned our instruments together. Pretty awesome experience, honestly. And that's it for me. I just picked up the bass there, and everything kind of expanded. A lot of learning, and the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
My name is Andres. I started on piano when I was 4, because my cousin gave me a toy piano, and then I guess I got into it. But I was kind of forced into music since I was really young. I didn't really want to play music, but they forced me. And then I stopped playing piano for a really long time. And then, like Manny said, Abel got a drum set. I was like, oh shit, let's jam. See what happens. And then Daniel played guitar, and and then that's how it started. And then you asked how we met these dudes. We all met in school, in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade. School. Here you go.
Well, they said all I had to say. So
What were the first songs you guys learned how to play?
I don't remember.
I remember. First few were Reptilia and Elephant. by Tame Impala. Yeah.
No, boy, it was Can't Stop. Can't Stop was one of the first
real?
ones. It was perhaps Can't Stop in Reptilia.
Goddamn.
We barely did. No, we only did like the beginning.
We did like the
Can't
first
Stop.
like minute
Yeah,
of Can't
that's it.
Stop.
We
Yeah,
really
but that was still
we
one of the
really
first.
did Reptilia and Elephant. That was the main one. the
Yeah, I
two
remember
main
that
ones.
stupid ass solo for Elephant was like weird for me.
Good song.
Yeah.
But how'd you start playing guitar, bro? Tell them that.
Yeah. What inspired you?
Bitch.
Music, bitch. The good kind, bitch.
What about you, Abel? Did you talk about it yet?
Well, yeah, we all met in elementary school basically, and then what did I do, bro? Oh yeah, I played the talent show with with Machin, and then I was like, dude, this is fun. Kind of want to play an instrument, and at the time, I don't know, I was kind of digging drums, so I was like, let me get a drum set. And so I got a drum set and told all these dudes, let's jam, as you know, like just to see what would happen. And then we kind of just made a band. So yeah, bro.
So you guys all got together and you guys played your instruments, but then the bigger question is, where did the name come from?
No particular place.
Yeah, I don't.
Stop passing the mic to
I don't-
Brandon.
Yeah.
What's it called? So I remember like some of you guys before. Like I didn't really get to know like Abel, Manny, and Andreas at all until like later on after you guys were the Tracies and stuff like that. Like I knew Daniel from like freshman year. Like
We met in class.
yeah, we met like freshman year. So like you guys met even like way before that. Like right, you guys met like in like you guys said like third grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met. I third grade, second grade's a little too early for me. I met Abel in fifth grade. And that's kind of when I met Andres and Daniel as well. I knew of them, but I didn't really like hang out with them until seventh, like eighth grade. Well, Daniel, sixth grade, we had homeroom together, and that shit was tight. I mean, that shit was like, honestly, I don't even know. Like, homeroom would have been lame as fuck if I wasn't hanging out with Daniel. Dude, yeah. But yeah, so it was like fifth grade and sixth grade for me since that I met these guys.
Well, I knew of you.
Yes, same.
I
Yeah,
knew
so
of
did I.
Manuel I knew of Manuel since like third grade. Motherfucker stole my girlfriend. Let me take that back. He stole like two of them bitches. But
Leave
you,
the beef at home.
you what's that saying? You live and forgive or whatever. But then me and Manuel got cool in like eighth grade because him and this dude named Diego Luisa, shout out Diego Luisa, helped me pass my math class. So
Definitely forgot about that. Well, the second part. I'm not fully accountable for my fifth grade self. I just want to say that. Anyways.
So like I know like as someone who's also in a band, like it's like there's also those like shows that are like holy fuck, like I'm actually gonna play like this ain't like holy fuck, like I'm actually gonna do this. Like were you guys like worried as fuck for your first ever show, or was it kind of just like it was whatever, or were you guys like actually nervous as fuck?
What was our first show? Oh yeah, yeah. The house show, right? Yeah, my Chin and Chill too. Yeah, shout out that party. It was fun, bro. I remember. Well, actually, I don't know, dude. I was pretty turned, but I don't think I was that nervous.
I remember probably thinking, "Hey, I'm nervous."
I was nervous because it was our first show, and we were playing with good bands.
Yeah, that is a
Like
good
it's
point.
crazy that they let us play at this show because it was like good bands. Like, what were some of the bands? Like Doge. You remember Doge? I think Doge is still a thing. Doge, Rye,
It was Doge. It was Iris Blue.
Iris Blue, Rye, Machine.
And
Crazy good lineup. It was a crazy good lineup. We're sitting on the couch. Remember that couch to the left of where the setup was? Random people were coming up. Oh, you're gonna play? I'm like, yeah, man, I play piano. I used to play piano. Bro, I was shitting bricks. I was so nervous, bro. And then like you guys were, chilling like you guys always are. And yeah, I was nervous.
I remember there was definitely nervousness and like more than anything, a lot of excitement, at least on my part. I think everyone kind of was. I know we showed up like early as fuck for no reason and like helped set up. We were doing a bunch of we were doing too much, more than we needed to, just because we were excited to play. We had never played before. And like,
I feel like the only show I was really nervous for was the talent show, bro. Low key. I don't know why, bro.
see, I didn't care as much because I didn't go to the school. So that's all, y'all. I was
I think
chilling
it was
hard as
just
fuck.
'cause, I don't know. I felt like we were like, I don't know, barely starting and like to enter the talent show like that.
Roulette?
It was
Roulette?
like, come on.
Roulette.
Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, bro. I remember just being like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be that good.
I remember getting into an argument with Adam. It was gonna be our first time playing Walmart. Serena on the Spotify.com/Tracies, Los Tracies album.
Shout out Los
Serena.
Tracies, homie.
Second song on the track. Key of E minor then to D. Yeah, Adam, that's a really chill song. And Adam bought a blues driver. He was like, I'm gonna use the blues driver for the song. I was like, Are you silly? It's a soft song. And I got into a whole argument with him. Like the day of the talent show. I don't know if you guys remember. It was crazy. We used to butt heads. We still kind of butt heads.
Yeah.
I definitely think like at least on my part, because like at first when Andres was still on keys, we weren't like we didn't have like a whole bunch of momentum. Like we were doing our thing. We had some good melodies. We were making some really good music. Or I mean I say that now, but like I don't know. It was very simple. But I know when I just got on guitar and like when it came down to just like us four members, like it really motivated me to like play a lot more. Just like because like I felt like, dude, Andres, I felt like you got like good at guitar out of nowhere, and I felt like I had to damn near catch up and like keep up with that shit.
Stop, bro. You make me all geek, bro. Stop.
Oh yeah, you did get fucking good as yeah, I know, bro.
Out of nowhere,
Bro,
like
busted
literally.
out some shit out of nowhere one day, and I was like, wow.
Gold, goddamn,
Straight,
grad
like
straight.
like
Dude,
straight
oh my
up.
God.
Like I remember I talked to you before, like way back. I was like, he's like, well, when did you start playing guitar? I was like, just a couple of weeks ago. And I was just like, it doesn't sound like it. I was like, how? How the hell?
Well, I probably said a couple weeks ago. I probably meant like when I first got an electric guitar and like started playing electric. Because I used to play like Wish You Were Here and stuff like that, like easy acoustic songs that fucking Daniel taught me. Dan, you guys need to thank Daniel. Daniel taught me a lot. You know, Daniel taught me my first blues scale. I was like, and then like 2 weeks later, he told me that I played too much blues and it hurt my feelings. But whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember, like my band is still stuck in limbo right now. So we don't know what the fuck's going on. But like I know, like you guys have like your whole album out and shit now. Was there like a specific show? Because I know you guys even played at like The Wire and shit like that. And rest in peace, The Wire. But like, but like, was there a specific like concert or any situation where you're like, oh shit, this can actually like, oh, we might have to stick with this because this might take us somewhere.
I think the first house show, to be honest, people liked the music, and we were just like, let's keep it going. The first house, I mean, we were like, we look at videos now and we cringe, but I mean, we were doing something right. And the fact that we're still, how long ago was the house show? The first one, like 3.5 years ago.
Something like that.
So that first show, I mean, I think, at least I know I did. I got like addicted to like the adrenaline you get and like the applauses.
Yeah, I really did like playing. It did. It was fun.
I feel like the aspect of like if there was you're saying like we really gotta stick with this, like it's gonna go somewhere, like there's a lot of gigs that gave us motivation, but not like so far there haven't really been any where it's like, oh, we might get discovered, you know. But I think it was your show. Which one
Oh,
did like
yeah,
Nick
yeah, it was.
Maniotis come to?
It was.
Because it was this one. It was the last one here, right? And he literally came and like scouted us to come in and play at the
You're
the little-
welcome.
the live performance he did. What was it? Like no, it was that Crowded Closet, live at Crowded Closet. So
Yeah.
the first ever recorded music that Tracy's ever had was due to this, dude Nick Maniotis. And
My inspiration.
he fucking he came to Fabian came to your like last house show that we played at, and or well, I think it was the first one, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was the first one that we played with you at here, and yeah, that was the closest to like feeling like we were ever gonna kind of get discovered. Like it felt cool to have someone come see us to invite us to like play over there. It was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like I know, like my house, like I'm surprised in how much like my people enjoyed like our fucking my backyard shows. I think it's just cause like we're prepared for it, like because like for my dad especially, it's like nothing new. We always have parties back here, like just family shit. But like I know, like for us, like I remember we were shitting bricks in our first show, and like I know, like we're not getting discovered anytime soon because we're not as active. But especially over like quarantine and shit, like we missed that like adrenaline and shit. Like I remember like me and Andreas were texting about it. It was like, bro, what are we gonna do about a show? Like this guy was like hitting me up and shit. Like, and that's when we set up both the shows and shit that we ended up playing. We're gonna end up playing at.
Dude, our show was like literally like it was like we talked about it and we were like that'd be pretty cool, and then we agreed like all right, yeah, let's do it. Like it happened like that. It was kind of we thought of the idea for the merch, and then because I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to say, but we got an opportunity to throw a show at Abel's house, right?
Yeah. It was a good opportunity.
It was a good opportunity. We had a week time period, and we at first we were like, let's do like a little get together, just a little listening party, and then it turned into a house show with 80 plus people.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. It was busting. It was a good turnout, bro.
It was a good turn. It was a good time.
I feel like that was like the thing is like I can't really say much about how we played because like people showed up late as fuck and now
Yeah,
like
bro.
everyone got to see us play.
It's because people thought of it as a party, Well, most people, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't realize that, like, the house show.
You still had you had a good amount of people watching.
No, yeah, you did, though.
Yeah, but compared to like I look back compared to how you guys were like people were like pushed to all the way to the back of the fucking room when you guys were playing. Like I was like stuck all the way in the back in the beginning of your set list. It was like holy shit.
That's
like,
how
that's
a lot of gigs go. I remember first gig. I remember like it was definitely pretty empty when we first played. Like I remember at points when like Iris Blue or whoever was playing, like I was upstairs, like I had to get like some snacks or some shit, and like there was like, a lot of people who didn't even catch our set. They were just coming in like at that point. So and a lot of opening bands. That's the that like that's just kind of how it goes, and like it definitely is like it's different at every gig. You get a different spot. I mean, it's like if we didn't even get that, I don't even know. It was like small. We didn't feel like we were gonna get discovered, but it gave us a lot to know we would be able to even play. You know what I mean?
We got up to like 50 followers that first night.
See, I didn't even know that, but like I knew it was definitely just like it was as like a good environment to be a part of. It's our first like little step into the music scene, and like even a little gig is something. Like a gig is a gig.
Yeah, shit up. Like I remember the first show we played together, like was our first show ever. The Battle of the Bands, the one at East. Yeah, that was the first ever show we played together. It was our first ever show. And what's it called? I remember the first time like you found out about us like when we were 048.
Through Jacob.
Yeah, you found us out and you texted me. You was like, "Yo, come to the Battle of the Bands," and like you got us into our first show. And
Me?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're the one that got us into
That's
our first
awesome.
show. Yeah,
didn't know
I always appreciate you for that. And the I remember the first because you told the teacher that was telling us, but you kept it very vague. So when we came, they thought we were the Tracies. He's like, oh look, he's like, hey, you guys the Tracies, and we're like, no, no, they're confused as hell because there was only two. I'm pretty sure there's like our age at least like two bands. I know that like that turned to like three with another one, but we were like the only two bands from our side of the school at least, like from West. But so like they didn't know who the hell we were. So yeah, that was like our first show. But like for you guys, what I'm curious about as well was like how the like did the connections just like grow between people, like how you guys got into? Because I know you guys told me about like Oktoberfest and The Wire, and it was like did they just like things just connect with like people?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's let. Bro, Danny's not even talking. Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, after going to play at East, we really got to interacting with all the kids from East and all the other bands that played. So it really kind of, how would I say, opened our what?
It opened like a new scene.
Sure, yeah.
Because we were in the scene with like Machin and them, and then, I mean, we were like in the scene with Machin, and then we played the Battle of the Bands. You're like, oh wow, there's a whole other group of, there's a whole school full of bands.
Every time I think about that gig, I just think about carrying the bass amp all the way through East, that big ass bass amp that is Andres' dad's amp. It kicks. It's a really good amp, but we parked in the wrong spot and had to walk through a whole fucking high school with like a heavy amp. I don't know. We were all just like, you know, young and dumb, and we are still, but like, man, that was an experience. I forget, Abel, was I carrying it with you or was I carrying it with you, Andres? Roman? Yeah, I think I was. Low key, that was funny as fuck. Because I didn't know my way around either in East. I walked in and I just felt so fucking lost. So lost. Didn't know nothing. I low key came up on a random student's ID that day. Just because I thought it was funny to grab it. I saw it on the floor, so I grabbed it. But you know.
That like, I remember I was like, 'cause I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if like, what if these bands from East are like crazy professionals? Because I knew that they were in like a band class. So I was like, damn. And yeah, I remember we did a sound check, and somebody said, I don't know who said that they were going to the bathroom, and they heard the people like are those the Tracies? You think they're good? Who said that? Who heard that? Was that you, Abel?
I heard that.
You heard that? Yeah. Okay, Daniel. And then I was like intimidated. I was like, man, what if these, you know, like what's gonna happen? And then I was like, we were getting ready to sound check, and then Roman was like, play this song, and dude, like everybody was looking at me because like just the people, just the other bands by itself, probably like 30 kids, just like in the other bands, like for the sound check, and like they were all looking. I remember I went up to play that first chord, and my hands were like shaking like crazy. Dude. I was a little bitch. I mean, I'm still nervous before every show. I don't know why. It's just the way it is.
I feel like that's always going to be a thing. Really, you're always going to be like just a little bit nervous. Like even though you're going to be used to it, like you might not be nervous as soon as you get up there, but like beforehand, you're always going to feel nervous. Like I was playing for like fucking like concert band and shit, like for the school and shit, and I still get nervous. You know, it's not a feeling that ever changes. But you get when you're actually on stage, you just learn to have fun with it.
Some people, I don't know. Some people handle it better than I do. Like I know Abel and Manny. I don't know much about Danny. Danny doesn't really talk. But like
What the
Abel,
fuck?
Abel and Manny, they seem fine. I get nervous. I mean, I don't get too nervous where I'm like being a bitch about it, but I do get nervous.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely get nervous for sure. Like, it's a pretty natural feeling. It's a good feeling to have too. It's like some motivation to like play good. You know, if you're not nervous, then it's like almost like you're not caring about the gig.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. I definitely get nervous, but like, there's definitely a way to translate that into some positive energy too.
Yeah, it's like every time I think back to like our first show at the Battle of Bands with you guys, I remember like because I've heard you guys play prior to that, because that's how you guys found out about us to begin with. Because he found out about us Actually, no, it wasn't even before Jacob, because it was with me and Nabor, and that kid Noah. And then you invited me over, and then I was the only one that showed up because they all dropped out on me, and I would just watch you guys play your set list, and then me and you were the first ones that got like in contact, and then you got us into their band.
That was the first
Yeah.
time you showed up.
That was the first
I
time.
remember
I
that. I
saw you.
remember that. I thought like, damn, that's crazy. It is crazy how you're saying like things just connect. Like it's
Yeah.
not even anything like large scale right now, but it's enough to keep the
Yeah.
little scene going between us.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good thing.
I know like at the battle of the bands, you guys like set the bar for us at that point. Like especially for the other bands, admitted like you guys were the ones that kind of set the bar for us, and we basically just did our best to try to get like to your guys' level and over. Because looking at all the other bands that were around us, like I know my band is still around as well, but you guys were like especially with your new album that's out, it's a banger and shit.
Thank you.
Like with all
Thank you,
like
gracias.
all that this is amazing shit you guys have been able to accomplish. Like you guys have set the bar for us, so we're just trying to fucking keep up, to be honest. Like I'm not like, it's not really putting you guys on like a super big pedestal, but you guys are definitely like on the right path, you know what I mean? Like you guys are definitely set the fucking path for that. Yeah, so like yeah, I know a lot of kids don't like to admit that shit like around you guys, but I do have to admit it.
Yeah, we have some people that don't really like us for no reason. Well, a lot of it's towards me. Like
Yeah.
I've heard that I have a resting bitch face while playing, or that I've heard that we have no personality. Have you guys heard that we have no personality?
Yeah,
I've heard that
someone
too.
said that they didn't know we had a personality until we released a video or something.
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
kind of offended. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, wow. Because even at shows after our, I mean, maybe I can kind of see it during our show because we're all concentrated and we're nervous at the end of the day. But like we usually stick around for shows and try to talk to everybody.
I know like especially early on. I mean since like that first gig was like crazy that it was like probably about 3 years ago at this point. I know for probably that first year of playing the few shows we did, we were pretty much just standing there, I think, just looking down. Like, we didn't do anything. We barely announced ourselves. We were just like, there just kind of like really focusing on the notes we had to play. We weren't really focusing on putting on a show or anything.
We were
So,
some pussy.
yeah, I mean, we definitely started out with like a really, really shy image, but
Yeah.
I think we're starting to break through it a little bit.
I feel like that's just natural. That's pretty much how like all of us stuff starts out. I remember for Battle of the Bands, that's pretty much how we were just standing there. Just
Yeah,
doing whatever.
I think about that. I think about the Battle of the Bands and like when we won the award and shit, and we didn't even say like thank you. We just took it and left.
that was a fun experience though.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate that we set a bar or whatever.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
like
I think
bro, I was just gonna say like bro, like even before I saw you guys playing any shows, but I knew you guys had personality. I had to spend a whole goddamn year with Daniel in a fucking biology
Yes.
class. I know you guys had freaking personality.
that's one thing that makes me, bro. We're all like the goofiest motherfuckers alive. You don't know how many times me and Daniel are like, man, I wish we were vloggers. So people can see how fucking stupid we are. But it's fun. Here, somebody give this mic to Abe.
Yeah, I got a mic right here, bro. Thanks, man.
What's the word?
What was the last one? Right. My bad, bro. I was. I mean, yeah, bro. I didn't really realize it was like that. I knew that we were kind of, good, but it wasn't like to that extent. I felt like we were just playing the music that we wanted to. You know what I mean? And shit.
I feel like, at least for me, especially you saying how you played with Machine, like playing tambourine and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely like looked up to them a little bit just because like they were like the only really live music I had ever been able to like actually like kind of be a part of, like aside from just like passing glances. Like I was actually talking to these guys, and then out of nowhere I find out they can fucking shred. And like it was a big inspiration to me at first, just to be so close to like a good band. And like it's cool to hear that we can be somewhat of
Yeah.
similar inspiration.
Yeah, I feel like the thing is that like looking at like our like just people that were our age class of like 2020 and shit like that, like our bands, like thinking about it, a lot of our bands, like no offense to others, but they didn't get that far. You know what I mean? Like they got to a certain year, and you guys like were our age, and you guys are still going. I mean, we're still going too,
It's
but
hard.
you just have the whole.
One
shit.
of the things it is that we're all like literally best friends. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, all fucking. I mean, we like
Yeah.
get into arguments and shit. And we're like, you're a fucking idiot. No, you're a fucking idiot. That kind of shit. And we're not. I mean, we're not scared to talk shit to each other. And that's kind of how we got better. It's just
Yeah.
like, no, that's not right.
Since we're like, like you said, best friends too, we also grew up together too, so we're all kind of at the same level, and we're able to kind of hear ourselves in the and stuff, shit,
You guys knew how to criticize each other, basically.
We all also have like really similar music tastes.
Yeah. So
Like-
that helps a lot.
Which
too.
is crazy because even before we played instruments, like I know I would talk about music with Abel. I'd be like, dude, I told Abel like in 7th grade, like, bro, let's buy electric guitars and play Freebird.
We all have different go-tos. We have different go-tos for sure. Like, and that changes, from time to time. But we all have like a similar ear. Like we definitely we all know kind of what sounds good, at least to us. But I know each one of us has our own little styles, own little songs that the other doesn't listen to sometimes.
I know, like that was our biggest struggle too. When we first started off, like one person liked pop, like not just straight up punk. Another person liked indie. I liked deathcore and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that kind of helped us shape our sound that we got today. And like,
Hell yeah, I didn't know, dude. Nah, man, I remember hearing that. No offense to you and whatever band you were. No offense, But I remember hearing Jacob's. I don't know if it was Jacob. No, somebody said, bro. Somebody said that you're a band ended because of creative differences. Dude, if that was a real thing that happened, like if creative differences was if it was actually a problem, then we wouldn't fucking be here, dude. Because Manny likes funk, Daniel likes. We all like different shit, but we make it work. Like we, dude. Manny likes to talk about how one of our songs in the album, like he came to band practice and we were playing it, and he had no idea what to play for the bass. You said you were like lost, and then like you were almost annoyed because we kept playing it, and you were like trying to figure it out for Cumbia Carly. Yeah, yeah, and he was like, man, and they're right there. That's a creative difference. Manny's white or Mexican. So yeah, so I don't know. Creative make it work.
yeah,
Definitely make it work.
I feel like for us there was. I know you heard from a certain source that was kind of more. I knew more details about what happened between us at first when we broke up the first time. It wasn't really creative differences; it was personality, like exchanges. Because unlike I know you guys were like basically best friends when you guys started. For us, we just kind of found members and brought them in as they went.
Yeah.
And
It's also
yeah, that was kind of what happened. I know at first it was like 3 friends that got together, but then someone couldn't and they couldn't, and I basically had to get people to come in and help us out.
Definitely. It's there are differences in like the 4 people who are the Tracies right now. That's not who we started as. Like OG members were like, we could say, it's part of the Tracies podcast, right? First names, we're good. It was Adam. Well, Adam, and I know, technically for like a little while, Alyssa was in it too.
Oh yeah, but that was very the beginning.
That was definitely before me. Oh, for real? I didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't really that much.
So founding members were, because I wasn't a part of it. I considered myself as kind of like coming in like slightly after the fact, just considering that someone else was playing bass for a little while, or for like just at the very beginning. It was Adam on guitar and Andres on keyboard, and like that moved around a little bit, and then we tried Adam on vocals, and that just didn't really work out either. So we did end up having Andres come to guitar. I think he kind of came to that conclusion on his own. Like, we're just like, I don't know. It just ended up happening. But there was some refining, and like, we did lose a member, and we tried out someone else with vocals for a little while. But that's like a whole tricky situation in itself with vocals,
Yeah, I remember it took us like a while to figure out anything about vocals. Like straight up, it was like I remember with Angel. Remember we tried to get Angel after the Battle of the Bands. That didn't work out. But then
But that did, I don't want to interrupt, but
yeah, that's fine.
that it didn't work out with Angel. This is kind of my point. Like comes across my point. It didn't work out because he wasn't coming, right? Yeah, that's like, dude, Adam. I mean, there's 4 people of the Tracies. Like, there's 4 members of the Tracies. But I mean, like, I would consider like Brandon and Edgar and fucking all these people in like in the little Tracies group because they go to like every show. Yeah, like Adam. I mean, Adam technically he's not in the band, but he's still like in the group. But like the reason it didn't work out with Adam is because he was a no-show because he was busy. He was in theater, so he was busy.
Yeah.
Same thing with Aaron. That's one thing that like shouldn't happen.
It's the
Like
commitment.
if you want to work as a band, everybody needs to put in their part and everybody needs to practice. It's just the way it is. It's not
Yeah.
gonna work out. Like, and it'll show. Like at a practice or at a show, you'll see the weak link, and that's not good.
Yeah, one more thing. I just want to say, like, I definitely feel like blessed because we were kind of set up a little bit to succeed. Just I know, like, Abel, when we were playing at your house at first, like your dad had just some like random equipment I was using. I came to a point where I used that bass amp for like a while, or that big that stack. I used that forever, and like whenever we played at like Andres' house, like there was equipment there, and when it came to recording the album, we had stuff that we didn't have to buy a single little piece, and like just like there was support kind of all around, and that's really essential too to like. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we've definitely come a long way, and there's like with the band, it takes a long time. We're nowhere near. You know, it takes years and years and years to really develop. And it's always going to be changing.
Yeah, like straight up, like you could see like my progression. Like legit, I was a fucking shitty bassist when I started for the band, and now I'm like the lead guitarist. Like I'm still not as good as I would want to be, but like you could definitely see the progression. Like I started with up like that line 6 that is in the freaking corner, and now I got that goddamn like stack right there. And like I just like honestly, if it wasn't for like playing these shows constantly, I probably would never like improve myself because there's always a point where you're like, oh, how am I gonna improve? And I feel like that's the best point of right now with my band as well, because now they're trying to show improvement as much as possible. Because I know back in the day too, like when we first broke up, there was no commitment there, and that's basically why things kind of fell apart. But now that the commitment's there, we're actually trying. So we're late bloomers basically. We're getting in there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I wanna know what it's like from like Brandon's perspective, because like Brandon's been there since like when Adam was playing "Hurt" by Johnny Cash on guitar, like way back then. So I just want to like feel like it's cool. Day one homie right there.
I've seen people come and go in this band. I've seen everyone move around and try different things. It's been beautiful. It's like watching. I can't even compare it to anything, to be honest.
Brandon's picking up the bass.
Yeah.
Bass god right there.
Yeah.
Edgar sings sometimes just to mess around. Everyone brings the energy. It's really important to just kind of keep the energy up.
And I know like with like you guys had the course, like you said, you guys were like basically like you started for like you guys were set for success because you guys were friends. You guys knew what you guys could do basically. Well, not like exactly know what you guys could do. Like you guys knew each other basically. You guys believed in each other and you guys had the commitment with yourselves.
I don't know if I would say we were set for success. We definitely busted our ass.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like people had to like one thing that's an issue even today is like work schedules. Like for dude, Manny has to drive. What is it, like 30 miles? Nah, not 30 miles. Manny drives about 40 minutes every Wednesday to come to band practice, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I would do that. So there's definitely like obstacles that get in the way. I mean, we've worked past it.
I've definitely had people imply a little bit that like I was investing time into like the people from my old school or whatever. Like I moved, just kind of like whatever, just kind of be where you're at. But like the 40 minutes in the grand scheme of things is not at all that bad, for something that's worth it. Especially for something that like brings us where we are right now. Even on this podcast, like I'd do that for sure. I would drive out just to hang out with the dudes. The fact that we make music, huge bonus.
like especially with like the whole like thing of commitment, like Jesus Christ. Lucky I watched these, motherfucker.
Hey, relax.
What's it called? But like the whole commitment thing, like my fucking parents are like huge because they knew how expensive this shit was gonna be, and like starting off, you're obviously gonna not have that much. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to bust your ass and you have to show it, cause like you said, like you know who the weakest link is, like at shows and shit. And if you don't, like it's easy to see who like didn't put their work in, and my parents were huge on that, especially. Yeah. And like they were like, I'm gonna buy you this. You better fucking use it. I better see you use it. And then as soon as they buy it, I'm taking this like the bass amp that we have. I took that bitch everywhere. Like everyone was asking for it, and I was like, I'm just gonna bring it anyway, because I put a lot of work into that fucker. Like I still freaking change it up even though I don't play it as much. And especially like as soon as they saw the commitment, they saw that amp, and they were like, yeah, you deserve that basically, because you're actually putting the work in to make this work. And all bands have to go through that phase where it's like, I remember like, did you guys like, because you guys said you were friends, but one of the issues I had was like trying to figure out schedules for actual band practice, because like we like nowadays it's like second nature. But especially in the beginning, like I feel like it's like you have to shift schedules and it takes like weeks to fucking start actually getting a schedule together.
Yeah, it used to be Fridays. It's Friday.
Yeah, no, we set a day and then we go that day every week without fail
No fail.
for weeks.
Years.
Yeah, it started with Fridays at first.
Every Friday after
Yeah.
school, we would go to Abel's house, Abel's basement. We would all be
For-
excited every
for
Friday.
most of high school, bro. Most every day we practice every Friday, bro.
Bro, thinking about it too now, because I remember like there was a point where we were so like excited to practice. We played for 2 days, like in a row. But the thing is, like Timmy didn't want to go back and forth, so he actually slept over, and we would just like do the dumbest shit outside, and like we'd practice 2 days back to back, and it was like fun as fuck. It was so pretty much like it all just kind of, by the way you guys described it, all just set together quickly, like more quicker than you should.
I mean, we've been doing this for like 3 years, probably more than 3 years now, and like we're still super excited for band practice. Like, and we're excited to jam. Dude, bands need to jam. Like, they need to learn how to jam.
Yeah.
Like, you need
real.
to. Like, there's no going around it, because not only is that good for you, like, to figure out, whatever you want to play, but like it builds up a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
Like I know, dude. Sometimes I'll hear Manny play something, and like that, bro. I'll start playing the same thing he's playing. We'll sync up, or like I'll hear like a little accent. Yeah, I'll hear like Abel do like a little fill, and then I'll try to do the fill with him, and it's just we like know each other so well.
And vice versa. I try to match up with all these motherfuckers as much as I can too. And it's
There's like times when we'll be doing a jam, and like I'll do a bend, and then I'll do a bend at the same time Daniel does the same bend, and it just sounds so. And we'll like look at each other and we'll smile. It's the best.
Yeah.
Bands need a jam. Like that's necessity number one.
we try to get all our jams recorded, and sometimes we don't record some, bro, and they're the best ones.
Yeah, the
bro.
ones that we don't record are the best ones.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
we're-
who doesn't decides not to record them.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Like I know yesterday we just had band practice yesterday, and
Wow,
like
bro, no invite.
shit, we practice every Tuesday, Friday, come through. But like every time they always come in. Like yesterday, Timmy just started playing right away, and then Jacob just started fucking jamming out, and then I just joined it, and it all comes together naturally, especially when you know how we're gonna, because we know each other and we know what's gonna basically go down. That we're just gonna all sync up together. That's what built our chemistry. That's why we're better now than we were before.
That's one thing. That's another thing. That's a kind of like I've heard a lot of bands that we're in the scene with talk about how they don't need music theory. Look, man,
You don't need music theory.
you don't.
but it helps.
No. Yeah. So like, how do I put this, man?
It's coming from me, someone who doesn't know music.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about music theory. I know basic, like about music
Like
theory.
it's all about. I feel like what you're trying to say is it's mostly just about the feel of it. Like it's like it's,
Kind of the opposite.
is it?
Kind of the. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just feel it, and if it feels good, then it doesn't matter if it sounds good because it feels good. Like I've heard, like I've seen. Remember we were in a big group chat. We were in a big group chat full of like every single.
Oh
local,
yeah, that's right.
Local band.
The fucking
And
group
those
chat.
some motherfuckers were like, oh, something I feel like knowing music theory sets boundaries for yourself and all this. And they got all philosophical, and I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, okay, but if you're trying to jam
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound good, then it doesn't sound good. Like
Yeah.
there's no way of going around it.
Yeah.
And the only way it can sound good is if you're following music theory
Yeah.
or at least following what your bandmate is playing. So you do need to know music theory a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a weird balance between like just kind of getting lost in it, but also like paying attention at the same time. Like you definitely gotta listen for what's happening around you, but you also gotta let yourself get carried away. It's a hard thing to really get a hold of.
I think sorry,
No, you're good.
Daniel, like Daniel's got it on lock. Cause I'll tell Daniel like, hey, something C minor, and he'd be like, what? But Daniel, I don't think I ever had to tell Daniel what to play. Same thing with Abel.
Yeah, you know, fucking feeling it, bro.
Bro.
I was inspired by Rock Band, bro. No cap.
Rock band.
Yeah, that's how I play Rock Band, and then I played the drums, bro. So then I was able to make beats easily, just because I was coordinating like that.
I'm actually terrible at Guitar Hero. So
Like
like,
Daniel.
just started kind of playing.
Damn.
The worst at Guitar Hero.
Bro.
The worst. Andres is the best at Guitar Hero.
Yeah, too good. Andres is too good.
Like he's a loser. Like
Yeah.
he's actually a fucking nerd.
Bro, like, what's it called? Fucking Guitar Hero. That was the shit, bro. But like, I know the balance and shit, like you were talking about. Like I know I try my best to learn it, but I gotta be honest, that shit can get boring sometimes. But I know it's needed, like at least to know what the fuck you're doing.
It's not even needed that much. It's just like if I'm playing in the key of whatever, you should be playing in the same key of whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be playing in a wrong key because then it's literally not gonna sound.
It sounds dumb.
It sounds
I'm also like I never really got super deep into it, but I definitely can like really respect the side of music theory that I don't know, because there's some like overly like thorough like compositions out there. A lot of people are heavily focused on music theory and everything, and it usually results in a pretty good product. But I definitely I respect how deep it is, like how stuff like interlocks and like shapes that like you can just kind of like learn the shapes on the guitar, but when you actually learn like what you're playing, it's just like I don't know, it's like like an epiphany almost, and those are good things to have.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like I try my best to like learn as much as possible, but like it is hard for some people because they like to focus on the feeling aspect of it. But if you want it to sound good, you have to at least know like what the fuck you're playing, at least the basics.
I hate when people. This kind of has to do with feeling, I guess. In quotes, feeling. There's Instagram videos of people playing like other people's solos, and they be making some stupid ass faces, like guitar faces. That shit is cringe, man. Especially when it's not like their solo. It's like, boy, that's not your feeling. That's fucking.
That's Jimi Hendrix's
that's
feeling,
Jimi
boy.
Hendrix's feeling. What you doing, boy?
Someone else's vibe, bro. Like, one of the like before I couldn't fucking write solos. Like I just didn't know how to write solos at all. I was like, before I was just look at solos like they just found that out somehow miraculously. but after I like looked up chords and shit, I was like, oh shit. If I know what sounds good with what, like if I know what notes sound good with each other, it's all gonna come together at least. At least you know what sounds good with another note. So like that's when pieces start coming together. I mean, I'm still ass with writing solos. Like I could fucking barely write shit, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there at least. Yeah, you need that. You need that. Like, you need at least like the template at least is there, and you know what to connect. Basically, that's how I see it at least. Like I remember the one song that we always ripped on was Foreign Antics. Foreign Antics was the song, bro. That was the one that we all memed about.
Yeah. That
Like,
joke was that.
dude.
I feel like I don't like that song. No, okay. It's not that I don't like it, because I definitely appreciate that song, because I feel like that was like the first song that was kind of put us there. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. The girls were over and we were like, pick one, and it was like tied, and we were like, fuck, what do we do? Yeah, no, forward dancing. Look, we don't play it anymore in our set.
Sad.
I mean, if someone like requests it, we'll play it. We
Absolute
don't even
sadness.
practice it anymore, and we don't. I mean, I don't really like that song because I feel like we've just made a lot better stuff than that.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate that song because it did put us on the spot, kind of on
Yeah.
the radar.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially like I remember Jacob like was eyeing that solo because it was just it was just like something like it was interesting. It was an
Yeah.
interesting solo.
I
Yeah.
I have a
Played it
bass
yesterday.
solo, so I like the song. But that's the only reason I like it.
Bro,
Manny wrote the song. So shout out Manny.
shout out Manny for
And
the
then-
Foreign Antics.
I remember when I broke my collarbone. And I couldn't play that solo because it was like jerking my whole shoulder. So I had to like turn on the I don't know, some effect, and it was like yeah. Man.
Is there any more thoughts from you guys that would you like to say?
I don't think so.
Bro. Bro. You pull that out right now. All right. Well, we have hit an hour, so you know.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming on to the podcast. If you guys want to check them out on Instagram, Tracies, and also check out their album, their most recent album, Los Tracies. On where is it at? Everywhere,
Apple Music,
right?
Spotify.
Just go fucking check them out, bro. They're everywhere. You can't stop them.
Bye guys.
All right,
Thank you.
we
For
love
having
you.
us, Fabian.
Love you.
Mhm.